Hello, ladies, and welcome to Sister Friends Coffee, Tea, and Chat podcast. Every lady knows that there is nothing like a chat with a sister friend that will inspire the rest of your day. So get your coffee or your tea, pull up a chair, phone your bestie, and tell them Sister Friends Coffee, Tea, and Chat podcast is on the air. Now, welcome your host, our sister friend, Teresa Houston.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. If this is the first time that you're joining in with us, I want to give you a special shout out and let you know I now consider you one of my newest sister friends. So drop me an email or a message right below the podcast. Let me know you caught this episode. I'd love to hear what you thought of the show. I am so excited to have you be a part of our growing sister friend community. Now, to all of my returning sisters, welcome back, ladies. I appreciate every one of you for joining in today. I don't take for granted that you've taken time out of your day to share a few precious minutes with your sister friend. I hope you got your tea or your coffee or whatever it is you really like to drink, because today we are going to be talking about how pain positions you. And for those of you who do not know, this podcast is actually a spinoff of my blog. This is where I give voice to the things I write. My blog is called I Wish Somebody Would Have Told Me That. And I wish somebody would have told me how pain is destined to position us towards purpose. It would be nice if we could all just get through this life without having to experience any heartbreak, disappointment, or pain. Truth is, pain for many of us is the fuel edging us to respond with unprecedented action. And there is nothing like pain to push a person into their purpose. Yes, we cry, we get angry, and sometimes we find ourselves in the middle of a depressive moment that is hard to get out of. But when all of that emotion is channeled and focused into purpose, it changes you, and it has the potential to change the world. Are you familiar with the name Candace Lightner? If it doesn't immediately ring a bell, you'll at least be able to say, oh, that's who that is, after I've shared with you her story. See, it was May 3rd, 1980, when Candace's daughter, Carrie, was walking along a quiet road in Fairfax, California on her way to a church carnival when a car swerved out of control, striking and killing 13-year-old Carrie Lightner. Carrie's tragic death gave every reason for Candace to give up on life, go into a deep depression, or wallow in self-pity. But instead, Candy, as she was affectionately called, turned her pain into purpose. When police arrested Clarence Bush, the driver who hit little Carrie, they found that he already had a record of previous arrests for intoxication and another hit-and-run drunk driving charge, which had occurred less than a week before Carrie's death. Policemen told Candy that drunk driving was rarely prosecuted harshly, and that Bush would unlikely spend any significant time behind bars. Furious, Candy decided to take her pain and channel it into action against what she later called the only socially accepted form of homicide. And she formed the organization which is very familiar to each of us, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, whose acronym very befittingly spells out the word MAD. The year Carrie died, there was a reported 27,000 alcohol-related traffic fatalities that had occurred in the United States, which included over 2,500 in Candy's state alone. After founding MAD, Candy Lightner began lobbying the then California Governor Jerry Brown to set up a state task force to investigate drunk driving. Governor Brown not only agreed to the task force, he also made Candy the task force's first member. Within a year, California had passed a law imposing minimum fines of $375 for drunk drivers and mandatory imprisonment of up to 4 years for repeat offenders. Later, President Reagan asked Candy to serve on the National Commission on Drinking and Driving. which was responsible for raising the minimum drinking age to 21 and revoking the licenses of those arrested for drunk driving. A mere 3 years after Carey's death, President Reagan signed a law that reduced federal highway grants to any state that failed to raise its drinking age to 21. By the following year, all 50 states had tightened their drunk driving laws. I would think that Carey's life wasn't politically focused prior to the 3rd of May, 1980, but an unexpected pain that shifted her whole life also steered her divine destiny. Overwhelmed with a pain that would not give in and a loss that could not return, Candy would be instrumental in changing a host of laws throughout our country. Even she could not have known that her greatest pain would produce an even greater purpose. Pain is not to be the stimulus that causes us to quit. On the contrary, it is allowed so that we are reminded that we still, in fact, live. I have met so many women who understand that pain is merely a positioning, a strategic catalyst to purpose. Life gives us but two choices, really. When unfortunate blows impact our lives, we can give up or we can get up. The fact is, giving up shouldn't even be an option. So when the breakup we didn't see coming blindsides our heart, weakening places in our soul we didn't even know could go that deep, we need to positionally push. When the disappointment of the job we really wanted, that we had to watch someone else get, picks at our very confidence and begs at our resolve to keep doing our best, we need a positional push. When the friendship breach that could not be salvaged leaves an emptiness that time still has not filled, we need a positional push. When the loss of a loved one, still hard to process, stings as much today as it did the day of the loss, we need a positional push. When the constant struggle to get ahead continues to be a constant struggle, we need a positional push. When the business venture we attempted has lost us more than we've gained, and the only way to salvage anything is to start it all over again, we need a positional push. When the negativity that floods social media becomes more negative energy than we can stand, we need a positional push. And when we feel the need to defend one more untruth, one more attack on our character, or one more attack against our person, and our strength for fighting back has been severely weakened, we need a positional push. It is the pain from these types of everyday injuries, situations, and circumstances which are the greatest motivators to posture us for purpose. By 2015, statistical data reported that Mothers Against Drunk Driving had helped save over 330,000 lives. That number continues to climb. No pain should ever be wasted when it could be leveraged. Because of Candy's pain, the world had to change. How will God use your pain? There is nothing like someone that's been hurt offering healing, or someone that's been lost leading others to their destination. There is a mad organization in each of us. You are the solution to your sister's problem, or you hold the key to someone else's breakthrough. Once you channel that energy, the bigger plan of God goes to work, magnifying his ability to take what the enemy attempted to shatter us and set us up for purposed success. I wish I had the power to take away your pain, but since I can't, I'd like to simply cheer you on as you allow the same pain that pierced you to position you for the greater work of purpose. Whatever you do, don't let pain have the last word. I hope your storms give you the stamina to get up and get at the one thing that's purpose to change everything. That is my wisdom for today. I hope it blesses you, and I hope you share this podcast with someone you know. Join us next time on Sister Friends Coffee, Tea, and Chat podcast. My friends call me T, and I want you to know if words were hugs, you'd be feeling a great big one right about now. Be blessed, sisters, and never miss an opportunity to uplift another sister.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Sister Friends Coffee, Tea, and Chat podcast with your host, Sister Friend Teresa Houston. If you like our show, please encourage another sister friend and share our podcast link. Want to know more about our host? Check out www.teresahouston.com. We absolutely love hearing from our sister friends. Feel free to email us at sisterfriendschat@yahoo.com. Until next time, be blessed, sisters.